let's go back into it a minute. Let's talk about it, man. Um, let's touch on it. The music. Anybody else run into this problem with the newly minted vinyl? Anybody? I've run into it multiple times. You buy a brand new record, a new reprint, repress, whatever you want to call it. Multiple dings, multiple snafus through the entire set of records. I would question as to whether or not it was my equipment, but I'll take out a record that is older, really old, put it on, no problems. So I don't know, but this is what we're dealing with. Um, and the fact of the matter is, we're just gonna have to work with what we got. But yeah. So hey, kind of a rough intro, but it's the G Wolf 13 broadcast. It is called the Shotgun Effect, and it's called the Shotgun Effect for a reason because we bring it to you fast, and we bring it to you uh, no holds barred, and then we take you on out. Today, what is the subject? What's the subject matter at hand? Well, um, as you may or may not be aware, it is coming upon the 18th anniversary of September 11th, 2001, and the explosions at the Pentagon, the explosions at the World Trade Towers in New York City, the collapse of those two massive structures, um, the downing of a flight, said to be full of passengers, and the beginning of the War on Terror. All of which was blamed on an individual named Osama bin Laden and some of his, whatever you would like to call them, rebel fighters of some sort, said to be hiding out in caves in Afghanistan somewhere. Um, how much of a problem was Islamic terror prior to September 11th, or bad blood with the Islamic community? I would say surely there's some, but substantially less. There's no doubt an issue now. Um, and so, what about it? Well, I want to talk about something that people would talk about from time to time. You would hear this phrase from time to time for the first couple of years following the attack. And it was a discussion about complacency. It was a phrase called the September 10th mindset. In other words, prior to September 11th, 2001, the day before, we were all, generally speaking, going about whatever it was that we were doing, carrying on our week. No regard for any potential threat, just living life. We were unaware. We were asleep to the threats. We were awakened to the threats when the threats became reality the next day. Now, were there warnings? Yes. And I am going to go out on a limb and I'm going to introduce you to a an individual, a name, one of the few people that I'm aware of that actually predicted the attacks before they occurred, for the most part. His name was William Cooper, and he was killed shortly after the attacks of September 11th, 2001. But prior to the attacks, it was something like, I don't know, a month or two prior, William Cooper had his own radio show. It was an underground radio show. And he would discuss various matters involving basically being a watchdog in hopes that he could convince other people to do the same in order to hopefully facilitate a movement to keep a hold on our constitutional rights. And on one of his radio programs, he had presented an analysis that he believed something was going to occur in the following month or months, and that potentially, very likely, this individual named Osama bin Laden would be blamed. Now, that's very specific, especially after this occurrence. You look back upon this, and you have to say to yourself, my gosh, this man was on top of something. There's definitely some credibility to be given here. William Cooper did not have a pre-9/11 mindset. He was a watchman. He was vigilant, like the Founding Fathers said we should be. I want to talk about another pre-9/11 mindset, and it's a similar idea, and it's the mindset of the people who lived on earth prior to the flood. The Bible says that they were going about their business and were unaware until that very day when all watery hell broke loose upon them. Are we asleep again? Have we once again, because it's happened multiple times unfortunately, not learned the lessons? We need not to be asleep. We need not to have a pre-9/11 mindset, because if we do, we will once again be caught unaware. And look, this doesn't have to have anything to do with terrorist calamity. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the end of the world or anything of this magnitude. What about just in your personal life? We're supposed to be awakened and watchful and mindful and prayerful, looking out for uh, things that will arise in our lives, sometimes challenging, and awake to the fact that if we are, then maybe God will somehow speak to us and give us those words, so to speak, of direction. So we'll know where to go, what to do with whatever it is that we're facing in life. Whether it be something as simple as a workplace situation, you don't know if you're going to get fired, or you may have to get a new job or something, or again, Armageddon. And that's it. And obviously, our goal is to be back. And our goal is also to give you better bumper music without snafus. But you know, we're working here. We're working with what we have. Okay. So that being said, it is the G Wolf 13 broadcast. It's the shotgun effect. It's hard and fast and straight at you. And yeah, we're out.